Hello, hi.
Tyler.
Dr. Nassif. Wow, I recognize you.
You do?
I sure do. It's great to meet you.
You watch Botch?
I do. One of my favorite shows. I
Really?
don't even watch much TV.
My name is Dr. Paul Nassif, and I'm a facial plastic surgeon, and I'm on a TV show. I'm the main star with my sub-star named Dr. Terry Dubrow, and it's called Botched. Terry Dubrow
Not yes.
and Heather.
Oh, he was amazing.
Obviously, you read for them, and they loved being on the show.
Oh, I'm so glad. After my reading with the Dubrows, I was really interested in getting to watch Botched. So when Dr. Paul Nassif opened the door, I totally recognized him and was really excited.
I haven't experienced this before, so, I'm nervous.
No worries, it's okay.
I'm a physician.
Sure.
So obviously, many physicians may not believe in these type of things. I do.
Right.
I mean, obviously, you wouldn't be here if you weren't solid. My sister Alexis is in the other room, and we do have very close family that have passed, and that's really devastated her life. I don't know if it's gonna help my sister, but I've been kind of yearning for that for a long time. Actually, a really long time. And so I'm really nervous about that.
Do you have an object by
I
chance?
do.
Okay.
I
Do you
do.
mind if I hold on to that?
Sure.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll see if anything connects. Okay. Immediately, I'm inclined to go to your dad's side of family. And then I feel like I have to talk about wherever we would place the three brothers, is that I have three men that I need to refer to. Two of them acknowledge living full lives, and then a third acknowledges passing away too soon or tragically in like the quickness of this. Do you know where the George connection would be? There's technically three ways this is going to fit that I need to highlight.
Well, George is the one that passed away earlier than he should have,
Okay,
who's one of the brothers.
sure, that makes sense.
So I think he died of a heart attack,
Right.
unexpectedly in his 50s.
Wow.
Another George is my grandfather,
Nice.
who is George Jr.'s father.
Right.
And there is a third George. George is the one who passed
Yes.
away. His son, George, now who's alive.
Wow. So there are three Georges.
So there are three Georges.
Interesting. Okay. Good to keep in mind. For whatever reason, this is their way of kind of connecting, and he's kind of helping me navigate family in the way this comes through. He wants to refer to the other doctor in the family. So where would that be?
Floyd,
Okay.
which is one of the brothers.
Okay. And then there was a reference to an individual who was either stationed in France. I'm seeing, when I see the Eiffel Tower, that to me always indicates France. And then I got a reference to spending time in Germany.
Normandy Beach.
But there's definitely like a military thing I need to highlight. The reason why I need to bring this up is because there's an appreciation that there was a flag involved in a passing, because there's a feeling of like, I'm glad that my service was acknowledged.
When he was buried. All three of them had the
A
flag.
lot of the way this comes through, but there's reference to that flag being placed.
First of all three of them were in the military. Three brothers.
That's right.
And I think Floyd was a doctor in the military, got injured on the invasion of Normandy in France.
He does know. He does know.
Okay, nice.
I was never skeptical, but I think you can piece things together and kind of make up a story, which sounds good. But starting off with my father, his three brothers, every description of what he said about the three Georges and the one who died early, absolutely incredible.
So like on to the next thing. They're always it's like, where's the Anne connection?
My mom.
Mother.
Do you know if anybody else had the Anne name in your mom's side of family?
Well, my sister,
Anne.
Alexis Ann.
That would still count. I have to talk about the double Anne connection, and then there's a reference to, it's gonna sound strange, with wait, no, this woman's coming through. Is your mom deceased?
Yes.
The way this is being communicated is Anna's coming through and referencing to this feeling of like, I'm sorry with how the circumstances went with, and then I get a reference to sister.
Oh, God.
And I think that would be referencing to your sister as far as the circumstances of the passing or this reference, but it's acknowledging your sister very distinctly and a feeling of not having a resolve that she might have needed in reference to this passing. But there's a very distinct acknowledgement of an understanding of that relationship, and it definitely refers to both. But this is strange. When your mom comes through, it's interesting because there's a feeling of like, your mom gives me this feeling of almost like I don't have enough time to really think about what I'm about to face. And that's what makes this so hard. Sorry. I want you to know that when she comes through, the connection that she has to you on the other side is so close. And no matter what time wasn't able to be spent in the physical world, she comes through so connected to you and in such a young, lively, kind of beautiful, beautiful, beautiful way. And that's how she wanted to be remembered. But I want you to know that she's resolved with her passing.
Yeah, she shouldn't have died. Died too early. Infection after a procedure. We're not happy the way the procedure went. And then she had a complication. Then he eventually succumbed to an infection in the hospital after 30 days. Wasn't ready to die. 0. Didn't expect this to happen. She was afraid after surgery. Didn't expect this. She got rolled in the operating room. It was like, oh, it'll be no big deal. She'll be fine. And a complication happened in surgery. And then they came out and said, yeah, your mom may not make it. She's bleeding a lot. She's probably gonna die. Just like that. We almost passed out right there. What? And then the next 30, 31 days was an emotional roller coaster, and she died. What still haunts us to this day, and I'm blaming myself sometimes, thinking, well, if I was there, if I would have spoke to the doctor and would have said this, would she still be living today? And then at the end, knowing that this was in the hospital and this is her blood, that's... So it's intense. I miss my mom.
Your mom knows how strong you are, but she definitely feels like Alexis would have been her more concerned point, where after she passed, I'm gonna focus on her because she needs this connection to me.
It's 100%, 100% correct.
When she comes through, she views Alexis and she almost as a single unit. It's kind of interesting. In some ways, that connection is immense, and in other ways, it might have been detrimental at times for how that connection was. But regardless,
that's correct.
Your mom comes through and acknowledges that whether it was the best of times or the worst of times, we were in it together. And they're still in it together. And that didn't end when your mom passed. But your mom feels like in some ways she held back your sister. It was mutual. On both sides to some extent held each other back. And your mom knew that?
And she heard it. That's 100% correct. On both sides.
She just feels like with Alexis, there's an acknowledgement of like, I didn't want my death to end your life. I didn't want my death to end your life. And she feels like when she died, the feeling is that life is never the same. And she makes a very close connection to her and being with her, but she feels like when she's alone, there's a feeling of trying to reassure her and being there with her, and she can't even see it or feel it. But she tries.
My sister Alexis was actually here in the other room.
Wow.
That has affected her more than anything.
Yeah.
So she took care of my mom. She was, I don't know if I want to use the word codependent. Alexis got affected by all this more.
That makes
a lot more. And it destroyed her for years. 14 years and it hasn't changed. Because Alexis calls me all the time, still a mess from my mom's death and how much she misses her. And that's what my mom was saying. You pretty much gotta let this go.
But what I will say is a reference. Mom's having me come through and acknowledge a reference to connect to your sister. And then I have to talk about real estate. And there's a reference to real estate and then a reference to a shift.
Oh my God.
What does your sister do for a living currently?
Real estate.
No way. I really think that in the way this comes through, that's her way of kind of providing that validation that she's aware of this.
My God.
Because this looks like a positive kind of, necessary shift that's going to be in a good direction. Though I can't even put it into words, but when I feel your mom come through, the amount of like connection to your sister is just intense. And I think that it's really important for your sister to know that that connection is there.
Thank you, Mom.
You know, since this was primarily, it sounds like for my sister.
Right.
Can we bring her in?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Alexis,
Yeah, I'm coming.
you gotta meet her. I mean, you gotta do this.
Absolutely. Oh, hello.
Hi.
Oh, it's so great to meet you.
How are you?
Good. Oh my gosh.
I shouldn't even start crying now.
Oh, I'm gonna give you a hug. Oh, so you were listening in the other room?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
take a
yeah.
seat.
I mean, you heard her crying. Of course, I heard it.
Yeah. Wow.
I just am blown away.
Sure.
I can't believe you. I mean, it's amazing. You're amazing. I'm telling you, I just, this has been, since she's been gone, it's really hard. It's very hard.
Sure. Absolutely.
That little dog,
Yeah, who is
she
that?
got that in the hospital. The thing that really got me was when you said about the real estate.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously she knows I'm back in real estate.
Right. I got the thumbs up with that, so that's always a good
Oh,
indication.
that was
And
great.
she started, and she's already doing very well. And that means that you have to continue doing what you're
Oh,
doing.
I plan on it, yeah. Oh, I just want to tell you how much I just love you so much.
Thank you so much.
For
I
sure.
appreciate
So do I.
it. Oh my gosh.
That was 1,000 times more than I expected. It was absolutely incredible. It just made me feel fantastic communicating with my mom. But Alexis, that's what it was all meant to be. Alexis. So I would hope that today is giving Alexis closure where
Thank you so much.
things might be processed a little bit better with her and my mom. I really hope so. Wow.
Oh my gosh, she's real.
I'm emotionally drained right now.
In a million years, I never thought that it would be like this. I just can't believe it.